far back as I could remember, when I would walk, my right foot would extend to the right more than my left foot. There was an imbalance there, and most of the time I just adapted and didn't think anything of it unless somebody pointed it out. It was referred to as the duck walk by my sister. And over time I would see chiropractors occasionally, and I'd ask the question, why is my right foot extending to the right instead of moving forward when I walked? And we looked at some hip adjustments. Nothing seemed to change really. And then lo and behold, into my 60s, I saw a wonderful nurse practitioner who suggested that I go to Connected, which is Kelly and Rich are physical therapists there, do a fabulous job. And after working with Kelly for about a year, doing exercises to help correct my gait, she suggested that I see Dr. Tanner. And Dr. Tanner and Kelly's husband, Rich, informed me that I had, after testing, sleep apnea, which meant I wasn't getting a full night's sleep. I was having a lot of interruption because basically my molars did not connect properly. So there was a problem with my airways, and lo and behold, my gait, my walk, once I started wearing an appliance that was custom made for me, adjusted as well. And at this point, when I wear an appliance during my sleep, I get more oxygen. I also wear it during the day so that when I'm walking, I walk better and my whole body feels better. Happy that I met Dr. Tanner. Happy that I met Rich and Kelly. I'm very lucky to be here. When I started using the appliance, I was tested before and afterwards. So I've been tested for how much oxygen my brain is receiving when I sleep at night. It's a simple test, and it was measurable. So although I may not be conscious myself, of course, when I'm sleeping, there was a lot more wakefulness without the device than there is now when I wear it. And my sleep apnea, the numbers changed rather dramatically. It went from 23 times, I believe, of wakefulness during the night to 11. So that's measurable, and that's in less than a year's time. In working with Kelly and Rich at Connected in Medford, Oregon, I was first prescribed orthotics that were custom made for my shoes, for my walking and running shoes. And that made a difference immediately. And then when I started seeing Dr. Tanner at their suggestion, wearing the appliance creates balance between my molars. So now my whole body is working in balance with itself. Say when I walk on the path in the woods, my right foot, goes where it goes, my left foot goes where it goes, but it's much more integrated. And I feel more comfortable. I have a greater range of flexibility, much greater range, that's very measurable. From putting in the appliance to taking out the appliance, you can, muscle test, and the range will be 45% difference. I'm especially pleased at how much I've learned in very simple experiential ways of how my body works, which is a really good thing to know. And especially given my age, I'm 69, and none of this had been available to me. None of this information was available to me until recently, first with Connected and then Dr. Tanner. And to be able to feel it in my body first and then understand why it's working the way it is because of the alignment in my mouth and wearing the orthotics when I walk, which no one would know. No, it's not even discernible on the outside, but it's a sense of well-being and balance for myself that I haven't experienced before. So I can't recommend this process enough. It's very personal, it's very individualized, everything's very customized. There would be no two people who would experience or at least have the type of appliance that I'm using. I'm sure it's just for my teeth and for what happened to me when I was a child. I had an extraction, so everything was moved over as I grew. Everybody's story will be different, but it's a very consistent outcome, a very big plus certainly in my life.
But there comes a point sometimes where the work that we do can't achieve all of it, and we need some more help. And with Cherie, she needed help from a dentist. And we'd been talking to Dr. Tanner for quite a while, and he agreed to do a dental device for Cherie that would help her maintain this alignment throughout the whole body, going up the spine all the way up into the head and the jaw. We would perform tests to verify whether this oral appliance did help her, and so we tested prior to the appliance. One test would be she's lying on her back on the table and see how much her arm can fall down off the table and maybe point towards the floor. And then when the device was in, that improved by 45 degrees in an instant, immediate. So that's how we knew that the device was very helpful for her whole body's alignment and how it all moved. The way this all worked is we're operating on how does the automatic brain move us around. And it relies on sensory input. So every time you move, joints send signals to the brain about where that leg is or where that arm is, and etc., including the teeth. So with a dental device like this, it changes the input to the brain from the teeth, and it allows that brain to organize the rest of the body differently, more efficiently again. Better sense of being on the ground, a better sense of balance, a better sense of movement.